Hey guys, what's up, Wavejump here, and welcome back to another video. And today we are back in our command block tutorial world. Probably the last video we will have in this world. Actually, I'll ask you guys about that very soon. But anyways, this episode is going to be about command block keybinds that you will want to know when you are doing command blocking. One thing I also will say is that these should work on both Mac and Windows, because I will go ahead and show you exactly what you need to do for both. Alright, we're going to go ahead here and just get started. So, in this episode, we're going to be taking a look again at keybinds, which will be specifically how to select groups of text in command blocks, copy and paste it, and use useful F3 related commands. And I'll explain exactly what that means in a little bit. But, yeah. So, I am experiencing a bit of lag here, so we're actually probably just going to head over this way, because, yeah, we can't be near that, obviously, right now. Okay. So, essentially, the way this works is, first off, you're going to have some long commands. That's pretty much inevitable. So, if I could find a long command here, and, yeah, okay. So, say I have this right here. Summon armor stand, custom name to games, and I have all this information here from an older episode. I think it was my randomizer episode. And say I wanted to just copy this custom name part. Well, what a lot of people might do, you can't click and drag, as you'll notice. You could hold shift and arrow key to go, letter by letter, the left to right, and then, control C or command C, and then command V or control V in order to copy and paste. But what we could also do is, if you hold control, or I think it's commands on Mac, shift and then right, it'll copy a big selection. So a good example of that is actually right here. So you'll notice we have this kind of items array. So we could go ahead and, yeah, you could just get through really long commands very fast. So if I actually, let me head back, and we're going to get, unfortunately, a bit of lag here. This is just kind of temporary, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But you'll notice here, yeah, if I go back under here, and that's the wrong command, actually. I want to look for the command right over here. We have this really long thing here, which has to do with every single episode we've ever done. You may remember, if I press this here, we get this really long tellraw command that doesn't even fit in our chat window. So yeah, you'll notice here, if I go ahead and, if I scroll through it, I could go ahead and hold left and shift, but that's really slow. But if I hold control, you'll notice it'll go word by word. So I can quickly select certain selections. And another thing is command A or control A, depending on whether, again, Mac or Windows. You could use that to select everything, and then you could use shift and control to select less or more. Pretty helpful. And yeah. And then of course you copy and paste using command C or control C, and then V, but with command and control. Okay, so useful F3 related commands is something I'm going to talk about really quick, and you may be wondering what the heck are F3 related commands. Well, I'm going to go ahead here and show you exactly what that means. Okay, so if you are pressing F3 and Q, you will see this list here. If you don't see all that information, press FN F3Q. If you're on a laptop, oftentimes you need to do that. As you'll notice, it says key bindings, F3A to reload chunks, B show hitboxes, etc. So I'm going to go over the ones that are important for you to know. Okay, so the first one here, this one applies to, in general, just playing Minecraft. So sometimes will have chunks that aren't exactly loading. If you press F3A, it'll reload all of your chunks. So while some people will go through and, change render distances, etc., this prevents you from having to do that. So yeah, so that is F3A. Again, reload all chunks, super helpful, and a command that you will probably be wanting to know. Give me just a second here. My keyboard is falling. Okay, there we go. Now I'm all fine. Okay, so F3B is another useful one. I'm not going to be showing you all of these, but I will be showing you the ones that are relevant. Okay, say, for example, I would have this jack-o'-lantern here, and I don't know its hitbox, so I can press F3B, and it shows me, oh, the hitbox is actually right there. So where this could be helpful is, say I was building a vanilla boss battle or something, and let's say find the hitbox of a ghast, right? So I could summon in the ghast, press F3B, and you'll notice that we could actually see the hitbox of the ghast. So for example, if I hit outside the hitbox, nothing will happen. So hitboxes are very important when it comes to this, and there we go. So anyways, yeah, so hitboxes are pretty interesting. F3D is one of my favorites. So F3D allows you to clear chat. So again, say I were looking at this command, or entity data at E, and then do that. Actually, I'm apparently the only entity in the world right now. But anyways, yeah, you'll notice I have all this extra stuff in chat. Press F3D, and it clears everything. It's all gone. Pretty helpful. Again, if we go back to F3Q, F3G allows you to show chunk boundaries. So what this means is, say you are at your spawn point and you want to see spawn chunks. So if you didn't know, chunks are basically these kind of areas in the Minecraft world, and anything inside of a spawn chunk, which is basically a small area, will always be loaded in the world. For example, say something over here won't necessarily always be loaded. It's like our European command block here, but it won't always be running, or say a furnace and it will always be running, but anything in here will always be running because it's in the spawn chunk. Alright, so yeah, again, that is... Oops. Sorry about that, guys. I just accidentally pressed a keybind that's crashing my game. We're back. Sorry about that. That was a bit of an issue. But yeah, F3G to show chunk boundaries. F3H, something you'll always want on whenever you're doing Minecraft command blocking. So usually you'll see just this when you're looking over blocks, and it's just kind of not very helpful when you need block IDs, for example. So now you'll notice, because I enabled that, I can see Minecraft lit pumpkin is the ID for jack-o'-lantern, and it just gives you some extra information. It'll also tell you the exact durability of an item, but yeah. Okay, so you have F3N. If you want to ever kind of get through a wall, for example, this is super helpful. So F3N allows you to switch between creative mode and spectator mode. It won't work for you in survival mode, because survival mode is not creative or spectator mode. But yeah, I think you get the point there, probably. I don't know, you might not. But yeah, alright, so F3N again, pretty useful. F3P is a super helpful one. Okay, so, oops. So you notice pause and lost focus was enabled, and this is what it is by default. So essentially what pause and lost focus means is, if I try and say, if I'm in here and say I want to go ahead and open another application, the issue will be that my game will automatically pause when I try and go to another application, and oftentimes it's not very helpful. So F3P will disable that, and I could say Alt-Tab over to Chrome, or Command-Tab over to Chrome, and yeah, you'll notice that that doesn't pause my game anymore. So you'll see this with a lot of different YouTubers. They'll say go into, another window and look something up, but their game doesn't pause. So that's how that works. Again, F3Q shows this list, and F3T is if you were working with texture packs. So if you happen to be working with textures a lot and you want to go ahead and reload your texture pack because you've edited it without restarting your game, or just reloading the texture pack, by going through the menus, just F3T will reload all of your textures, which can be super laggy, and that's what I accidentally did earlier when my game crashed, basically. But it can be pretty helpful. So yeah, that's the basic command information. And one thing I need to know, 100% from all of you viewers who have watched my 1.10 command tutorial series, is I'm starting my 1.11 command tutorial series next week. So my question to you all, and please try and get back to me super fast on this, is should I continue to use this world? So theoretically, what I could do for my new series is, rather than say switching to a new world, I could continue on this world and just make it ready for 1.11, which I would love, because honestly, it's a huge pain to create a new world, and I think we would have more to build off of, but it's your choice, of course, my viewers, so please let me know down in the comment section below. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a like down below, and yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.